So today I'm going to talk about the use of ICT technology in education, and now we are also hearing about the implementation of NEP, and what does NEP advocate towards the use of technology, we will see. So for example, if we are able to specifically listen to the famous quote of the father of our nation regarding education, what he has said is live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever. So, this is the famous quote of Mahatma Gandhi. So, when we are learning, we have to be a learner forever. And technology is also changing from time to time, especially the field which I have opted is one is genetic engineering or genetics, and other one is the application of computer science in the field of genetics. So every 6 months we are going to get a new technology published or a new protocol developed. So thereby what is going to happen forever, we will be learners and we have to adopt to the latest technology. So coming to the hardcore principle of education, if a country has to be developing or if a country has to progress, means citizens of that particular country has to be educated. Then only the society is going to flourish. So education is the fundamental for achieving human potential, developing an equitable and just society by promoting national development. So this is any education book or any academician, if you are going to interact, education is a fundamental requirement in order to elevate the human population, and the growth of the country or growth of the society in a positive direction is possible only by education. So providing universal access to quality education is the motto, or what we will be able to say that the key goal of India's continued ascent and leadership on the global stage in terms of economic growth, social justice and equality, scientific advancement, and national integration and cultural preservation. So this we are right from our primary school level, we have been experiencing this. So if we have to have a comfortable life, if we have to have a comfortable environment around us, it is possible only with the learning and positive development. So for example, here you are going to see earlier, the same photo would have been in a different perspective. People used to be there with that slate and the whatever the lime balpanta in ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, that was being used over here. But today the transition has happened. It's not going to happen. It has already happened that every child invariably is is exposed to electronic gadgets. So thereby what is going to happen, ICT, ICT stands for information communication technology. Even the adults or the grown-up from different walk of life, they can be a vendor, they can be a teacher, they can be any other worker. Every individual is having their own smartphone, and the child is exposed to these gadgets. So ICT for teaching and learning cover everything from digital infrastructure such as printer, computer, laptops, tablets, or to software tools such as Google Meet or Google Spreadsheet. So these are, especially in the COVID period, all of us are exposed to the software or the tools in the specific area, and we have used it in order to deliver the content to the students during the COVID lockdown. So I would like to add my own experience, since I'm there in this particular field for more than 22 years. The earlier institution that I was associated, Center for Information Science and Technology, University of Mysore was the first university in India. Very proudly, I'll be able to say that we introduced skill-oriented courses to the students. So along with their daytime learning in the postgraduate departments, evening they could come to our center, or in the morning before 8:30 or 9 o'clock, they could come to our center, and they could learn the computer literacy, and also they can specialize it in some of the softwares related to their particular MSc domain. And also in the evening, nearly around 30 to 40 teachers used to enroll in a batch, and they were so enthusiastic to learn about today each and everyone knows about how to operate a PowerPoint or how to operate a LED projector. So at the time, I'm talking in the period of 2001. So thereby we were almost continuously, we trained nearly 10 to 12 batches of teachers across India from different parts of the country. They came, and also we have conducted workshops in different organizations in order to train the teachers with the use of ICT tools. So that's how I'm associated with this particular lecture. So ICT in education, we will be able to specifically see in two perspectives, from a teacher's perspective and from a student's perspective, what a teacher needs in order to whatever physically we are delivering. Earlier, we were using the blackboard and the chalk in order to deliver the content to the students. But in the current generation, we will be able to, the chalk and talk can be converted into the modern gadgets. We will be able to, teaching aids we will be able to use in order to make our lecture more convincing, more understandable, and I would rather say presentable with the multimedia. If we are going to add to our presentation, the perception of from the student's point of view will be higher. So ICT in education, we will be able to broadly divide from a teacher's, what the teacher requires, what type of softwares and what type of hardware a teacher requires in order to deliver the content in a classroom, and also what a student requires in order to recept the content delivered by the teacher. So in these two perspectives, I am giving the list of tools and gadgets that are required. So the first one is the teaching and learning tools is the first one is the teaching. So now most of the schools, if you are going to visit, whether it is a private school or a government school, invariably there will be, in turn it is called as the edutech tools, educational technology, both are incorporated. In short, it is called as the edutech tools. So for teaching, a interactive whiteboard, or if now what we call it as a smart board, and some of the latest smart boards are specifically connected to the internet directly, so that we will be able to, in an interactive way, the whiteboard is a very large interactive display in the form of a factor of a whiteboard. So it can either be a standalone or a touchscreen computer used independently to perform tasks and operations. So several versions of high-end smart boards are available in the market. So according to our requirement, according to the what subject we are going to teach, matching that, we will be able to select the right type of whiteboard, and connectable to apparatus used as a touchpad or to control computers from a projector. So then the very good old technology that we are still using is the overhead projectors. Again, it is a variant of the slide projector that is used to display images to the audience. So the overhead projector only in specific subjects, inevitably they will be using it. But more or less now the LED projectors have replaced the overhead projectors. So overhead projector works as a same principle as that of focusing lens projects light from an illuminated slide onto a projection screen where a real image is specifically formed. So for that, we have to write it in the OHP sheets are available. In that we have to write, instead of white paper, we will be writing on the OHP sheet. Now this is a little outdated technology, except in some subjects where the teachers are going to find it's easy to use a OHP projector. Now specifically the white sheet projectors are also available in the market. Instead of using the OHP sheet, we will be able to write live. We will be able to write as we are teaching, because some of the mathematical calculations and some of the engineering drawings are when we are going to write an algorithm of a software. At the time, more than the other gadgets, the OHP projector will be more suitable. So coming to the next, in today's scenario, must and should facility that a teacher should have is the computer and the internet. So internet is not a, say something, a luxury in today's scenario, and it is a part and parcel of, because almost all the smartphones are connected to the internet, and specifically information is there at your fingertip. Whatever latest information a teacher wants to collect or specifically expose to, the internet is going to specifically help them. They will be able to link to the higher standards of facilities that are available, and even in terms of information collection also, they will be able to, in a very valid way, a teacher will be able to prepare for the classes and collect information. So connecting to the internet or connecting to the local institutional network, if all the computers of an organization or a school or a college, if it is networked, then accessing for example, if a library is networked with that of a staff room of a college, then what is going to happen if all the books are available in the LAN system in the form of a PDF document? Very easily the teacher, without going to the library, they will be able to access the books whatever they want, and they'll be able to log in with their own user ID and password and access those books, and then they will be able to effectively utilize the information that is specifically available in the books and upgrade their lecture as per the need. Then the most important tool that is required for a teacher is the presentation softwares. PowerPoint is also very widely used world over for the presentation in the class or in a conference or in a lecture. But over PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint, there is one more latest software that is available called as the Prezi, Prezi. So it is a cloud-based presentation software, and also there are so many third-party presentation very similar to the PowerPoint are available, where AI and the other latest machine learning algorithms are embedded in it, and very easily we will be able to collect information and specifically identify the right type of quality information, and the presentations can be prepared. So coming to the, say specifically, if we have to retain the attention of the students, if we are using a learning management system, and come to at a later stage, I'm going to talk about the LMS. So in between our lectures, whether a student is actively, attentively listening to our lecture or not, in order to verify that, we will be able to pop up certain quiz to the students. Questions can be popped up in between, so that within few seconds, if LMS is there, they will be able to answer those questions in the form of a game, or in the form of a questionnaire, or in the form of a quiz. We will be able to pop the question, so that if we are there in a continuous assessment protocol, that is the CBCS, choice-based assessment, if we are there, so we will be able to consider the attentiveness of the students and how accurately they have answered those questions. That can be taken into consideration for the internal assessment. So this is what most of the private universities are currently practicing. Then coming to the what gadgets from a student perspective, what ICT facility a student should have, of course, it is the computer and internet or a laptop or a tablet can be given. Over that, instead of giving a commercial tablet like a Apple tablet or so many companies tablets are available, one institution itself will be able to give a Kindle or Amazon Kindle or any other Kindle with the preloaded curriculum, so that the child will not be able to use the tablet for any other purpose. If you are going to buy a commercial Kindle, what is going to happen? They will be able to play the game and other unwanted activities will start when once they are connected to the internet. So a restricted, tailor-made Kindle, if it is given in that semester, whatever notes or whatever textbooks that they have to go through, only that is loaded. So only in the form of ebooks, in the form of PDF document, or in the form of say the web pages, we will be able to provide the electronic version of the study material to the student, and also the PPTs can be given to the students in the form of a say PDF. The PPT can be converted into PDF and that can be provided. Then coming to the products, that is the internet enabled electronic gadgets that can be given to the students. So wherein, for example, way back in 1998 itself, Steve Jobs introduced the iPod, where very small storage device used to be there, and wherein the MP3 files can be specifically stored. So instead of a ebook, now audiobooks are available in the market and much cheaper compared to the other types of books. So the student can happily, to their convenience, they will be able to listen to the audiobooks. So this is ebooks and audiobooks are very popular among the student community, and to their convenience, they will be able to go through that. So next, coming to the digital transition. So digital transition is specifically having a very great impact across the world, and especially because of the COVID pandemic, when we have to reach out to our students in a remote way via the network, the digital transformation, otherwise what would have taken 10 years for the transformation, is transformed within the teachers adopted to the latest technology. They transformed themselves, rose to the need of the moment, and they started using all types of facilities that are available within their reach in order to communicate with the students. So what is the global scenario of the ICT or the learning management system in the form of a very structured, customized software platform can be provided to the teachers and students, so that in one app, a student will be able to get all the information that is required. So just like it can be a online education or a employee training, or it can be a student additional training, we will be able to provide along with the classroom teaching. If a LMS is implemented, then all the lecture material and the video of the lecture will be available, and according to the students' pace and according to the students' comfort, they will be able to go through. So what is the scenario you will be able to see? I have given the graph over here. What is the educational technology market? Today it is growing at a very high speed, and nearly a dozen companies are available who are going to specifically provide tailor-made material to the institutions.
Okay.
A software platform can be given that is called as the learning management software. So if we are going to see the Indian scenario over here, whether it is if we are going to take a survey of the state government universities or central government universities, the non-digital
Excuse me,
expenditure,
madam. Excuse me.
you will be able to
Rajendra
see
Kumar.
it comes to
Rajendra Kumar,
96.4%.
please mute your. Rajendra Kumar, please mute your. Mute ಮಾಡಿ please. Rajendra Kumar.
And only 3.6% of the budget of any university or organization, it is used for education technology expenditure. So this has to specifically modify this scenario, whatever the graph that I have given over here. A lot of development should happen in this particular area. The learning management system software market is expected to grow from 18.26 billion in 2023, and most of the LMS developing software industries are located in Karnataka and Bangalore, and it is projected to reach 47.47 billion by the year 2030. So this is by a survey done by the Fortune Business Insights. They have predicted this growth. So here, let me elaborate on the learning management system. So specifically, learning management system is a software, or you can call it as an application for administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, automation, and delivery of educational courses, training programs, materials for learning and development programs. So a LMS delivers and manages all types of content, including video of the courses. So very systematically, in an organized way, one will be able to, a teacher will be able to record the videos according to the syllabus, and they will be able to upload it in the LMS software, and then workshop proceedings can be uploaded, and documents like the PPT or lecture notes or the PDF files or audio video files can be uploaded in this particular software. So in the education and higher education market, the LMS will include a variety of functionality that is similar to corporate training, but will have features such as rubrics, teacher and instructor facilitated learning, and discussion board, whatever in the classroom, whatever activity that we are going to do in the actual classroom, the same activity will be possible even in the LMS software, and often specifically as per the syllabus in a very systematic way, we will be able to structure our lecture and also the material. The syllabus is specifically rarely a feature, and customization of the syllabus, if the institution is an autonomous body, as per the market requirement or is as per the batch of students and in which domain they are interested, accordingly the open elective and the soft core and the hardcore papers can be managed over here. So the courses may start with a heading level index that give learners an overview of the topics covered. If for example, any university syllabus, if you are going to any standard university, so if you are going to see the index page of the syllabus, you are going to get a preamble over there, what is taught in that particular paper and what is the application of that particular course or paper will be very clearly given, so that accordingly the student will be able to make a decision when selecting the course. If they are having a freedom to select the soft core and the hardcore paper, then according to their interest and line of passion, they will be able to select the program. So as per the market, as on today 2024, what are the best LMS softwares that are available in the market is the Cypher learning module. So specifically why it is so popular is even untrained teachers, they will be able to use it very easily. So best of ease of use. And then one more LMS is Talent LMS, best for small organizations, small schools and small colleges. Then you have the Absorb, best for enterprise business. And you have the iSpring, best for quick support, and Docebo, best for the larger corporations, and D2L Brightspace LMS is for the educators, and Blackboard Learn LMS, best for higher education institutions. And Canvas is, though it is the most popular LMS, commercial LMS that is being used, and also we have the Moodle is so many open source. These are all commercial softwares, LMS softwares that I'm showing over here. Moodle program is, there are certain open LMS programs that are available that also we will be able to use and customize it according to our requirement. So what is the need of the hour? So with so much of technology entering into teaching, earlier it was only the 4 classroom desks and the blackboard and the chalk piece. Now, why do we want technology to enter into classroom teaching? So what is happening is, what is the need of the hour is why nearly around more than 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs of students are migrating either to European universities or American universities or Australian universities after their graduation, or for BS or for MS or for PhD. They are moving by spending nearly crores of rupees. They are moving to the other universities outside India. Is with a technology and with such a robust learned population that we have in our country, what is the need of the hour? Why the new formulation of educational policy is the need of the hour is universal high quality education is the best way forward for developing and maximizing our country's rich talent and resources for good of the individual, the society, country, and the world. And India will be the highest population of young people in the world over the next decade. So if you are from 10 years from here onwards, what will be the demographic graph of our country is the younger generation will be on the higher scale. So the younger, every responsibility of every research organization or a educational institution or the university, the responsibility will be higher. You have to make them productive. You have to make them skilled. So the young people in the world over the next decade, the responsibility of the policymakers, the responsibility of the heads of the educational institutions and at the grassroots level. It is not an education minister who is going to come and interact on day-to-day basis in the classroom with the students. It is we teachers who will be spending nearly, for example, if it is a science subject, means morning 1 hour theory, we will be interacting with them 1.5 or 2 hours of theory. We are interacting with them. Then again in the afternoon, from 1 to 5, 4 hours in the practical lab, we will be interacting with them. So the responsibility of making the youth skilled lies on the teachers, whether they are a higher education teacher or whether they are a primary school teacher or a secondary school teacher or a graduate level teacher. Irrespective of that, the responsibility of the teacher will be at a higher level. So the high quality educational opportunities has to be provided to them will determine the future of our country. So this is the bottom line that as teachers, we have to understand the responsibility. Otherwise, what is going to happen if an unskilled if the generation is not skilled, means the productivity of the country and unwanted unlawful activities are going to start. Young mind is like a dynamite, and that young mind, that energy where you are going to specifically as a teacher in which path you are going to orient, accordingly we are going to reap the benefits. If we are going to put their total energy in the right path and in the right direction, then the society is going to progress, family is going to progress, and also similarly in continuation with the pipeline, the country is going to flourish. So the world is undergoing rapid changes in the knowledge landscape. If we are going to see with the technology today with distance education, for example, if you are going to see the top IIT's website only, if you are going to see so many courses are being offered. Earlier IITs unheard of online education, but today we are seeing almost all IITs of our country, IISCs, specifically they are offering online training program, online courses, online graduation and post-graduation. For example, if you are going to see the top universities of the top 10 universities of America, if you are going to take again, they are also offering across the globe. We will be able to log into any university's online program and we will be able to learn. So thereby what is happening here is, what I mean to say over here is, the world is undergoing a rapid change in the knowledge landscape with various dramatic scientific and technological advances such as the rise of big data, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. So many unskilled jobs worldwide may be taken over by the machines, while the need for a skilled workforce. So this is the need of the hour. We need a skilled workforce, particularly involving mathematics, computer science, and data science in conjunction with multidisciplinary abilities across the scientific science or social science or humanities will be increasingly in greater demand. So for example, if a mathematician is a mathematic major fellow, mathematics paper is also going to take philosophy or music, he will be able to opt. So what is the great change that is coming in the educational field is, so when we were students, there was a very clear demarcation as science subjects, arts subjects, and commerce subjects. Now what the experts in the area they are saying is, why you want to demarcate? So a mathematician may require to learn the music, or to learn a language, or to learn philosophy, or to learn any other, even multidisciplinary approach can be made. So that is what the new education policy is advocating. And the incorporation of the latest technology, a computer science fellow, if he is good in a knowledge, he can be a content writer. So along with the software skill, if he is good in English or any other language, then that will be a added benefit and added skill for him to flourish in his field. So that is why in conjunction with multidisciplinary abilities. So there is now the boundary, there is no boundary or demarcation or classification between science and social science or humanities. Anybody will be able to take any paper and they will be able to customize their own courses that they are going to take. So specifically the purpose of whatever renaissance or modification that we are doing in the area of education, where the experts are specifically advocating is in order to bring about specifically the thinking or the outlook of the students has to be changed. First and foremost, in a society, there has to be compassion. Every human being has to be compassionate, and empathy should be there in every student. And at the same time, courage and resilience is also required in his character. And scientific temper, one need not believe or whatever that is being put forth. He has to test it. He has to question it in a scientific way. So scientific temper has to be developed in each and every child, and creative imagination with sound ethical moorings and values is the need of the hour. So the arrogancy or the demarcation between the poor and the rich, and the whatever the other flaws of society that are there, that should not enter education at all. So the caste, creed, or whatever, rich or the poor or regionality, whatever may be the flaws that are there in the society, that should not enter a classroom. In a classroom, all are students, all should have equal opportunity, and equality should be there. And at the same time, empathy between the students should be there. Compassion between the students must be there. And at the same time, they should also be able to contribute something, throw back to the society or give back to the society. They should be able to say bring in modification or growth in the society in the positive direction. So whether you use without any gadget, if you are using a chalk and talk, yes, to some extent some of the papers can be taught using a chalk and talk, but some of the subjects will be more meaningful when we are going to add technology to it. What cannot be shown in a four walls of a room, we will be able to add videos over there, images over there, and we will be able to virtually take them to the field or to the site where otherwise physically, which is not possible. simulation. Some of the experiments can be simulated in the computer and it can be shown to the students. So incorporating ICT in education is the need of the hour. And also the heterogeneous group of students who are there in a class. Some of them will be fast learners, some of them will be slow learners, some of them will be below average learners. So at the time when the material is given to them in the form of a audio or a video, or the notes is easily at the click of a button if it is available. So at the time the child will be able to learn the things according to their own speed or pace, what we call it. So the gap between the current state of learning outcome, so what is required must be bridged through undertaking major reforms and bring the highest quality, equity, and integrity into the system. So this is the need of the hour. Highest quality, the quality of education should be at par with the global standard. So then only we will be able to stop the brain drain. Otherwise, what is going to happen after completing education to some level for either the master's or at the graduation level for the doctoral degree, our youngsters are migrating outside our country, right? So highest quality education should be provided to each and every child of our country, and equality among the students. All students of a classroom or all students of an institution are one and the same. So equal opportunity and equity should be the motto, and also integrity into the system. So these are the fundamental requirements any education system should include. So from early childcare education through the higher education. So right from day one, the child should be there in a forward environment till higher education. Even at PhD level, the child should have the opportunity to grow to the global standards. So here I am showing you a very positive step our government of Karnataka, all of you are familiar with this. This is a software or a facility that is provided to all the universities. All universities are brought under this particular software. Right from admission, from past 2 years, we are doing admission and also examination, and even highest transparency can be there over here. So the UUCMS, and I think if you are teachers from our own state of Karnataka, all of you are familiar with this. So it is a very good move wherein our government of Karnataka has taken. So the next one I would like to specifically show is one more. I think all of you might be content developers to this LMS, since I'm talking LMS, and you will be able to see if you are able to log in. I have forgotten the password, and also now they have revamped the entire website, and the web page also they have changed. Earlier we had the statistics of how many universities are included and how many engineering colleges, diploma colleges, and also other discipline, BA, BSc, BCom. How many colleges are enrolled under this LMS? We could have shown the statistics over here. Now the current government has completely changed the profile of the Karnataka LMS over here. So unless you log in, you're not going to get any statistics over here. This, if you are having a login ID and a password, please go through this. You're going to get complete teaching material and also support he is going to get from this particular LMS. Many teachers across our state have contributed to the content they have contributed, they have recorded, and they have uploaded. So this is another, the UUCMS is one facility. Right from admission till the say the declaration of the result, we will be able to do in the UUCMS portal. And apart from that, the Karnataka LMS is a very good initiative that the government of Karnataka has taken, where a student will be able to log in and he will be able to get a very good study material. And he don't have to worry if a teacher is not there in a particular subject. He can listen to the best teacher's lecture across the state. So this is how coming to the ICT, why ICT is important in today's higher education scenario is in higher education, whatever NEP 2020, it provides a valuable insight and a recommendation on various aspects of education that includes moving towards multidisciplinary and holistic education, institutional autonomy, promotion of quality research through establishment of National Research Foundation, continuous professional development of teachers, integration of technology. So this is what I'm talking here. Education and technology cannot be separated in today's scenario. Earlier, teachers were arguing, why do we require all this hassle and headache? Why we have to learn a PowerPoint presentation, or why we have to learn converting our data, or why we have to record our lectures, or develop, say, converting our notes into a PDF document and publishing it in the software. So these were the number of questions that we were facing when we used to do the teachers workshop in our department. But today, in one way, I have to thank the pandemic. Because of the lockdown, the teaching activity has to be continued, and thereby the teachers who were resisting also came in line, and they knew the importance and the impact of that, and they were able to very readily, using the technology, very readily they were able to deliver the content to the students. So integration of technology and internalization and disciplinary curriculum, engaging blended pedagogy, valid to reliable and blended assessment of availability of content in Indian languages. So the policy is specifically expected to bring long-lasting positive impact on the education system and making India a global hub of skilled manpower. So this I have taken from the NEP website, and the same paragraph I have repeated over here. So this is the goal over here. So what is the need of the hour is we can't resist the use of technology in education. We have to adopt the technology, and accordingly, from the student's perspective also and from the teacher's perspective also, technology is absolutely needed. So features of specifically, this is a small information I think earlier speakers also have given. So why I'm repeating this is, you see the objective of education is quality. First and foremost is the quality and affordability. Affordability is one of the main concern. The quality education should be affordable to the poorest of the poor, to the rural. Inclusiveness should be there in education. A talented, a bright rural student should be able to afford a quality education. So that is why the third objective is equity. And the fourth one is access. Access of good education, access of quality education should be there, and it should be accessible to nook and corner of our country. To the remote and remotest of part of our state, the quality education and the quality teaching should be there. Facilities must be there. Then is accountability. Accountability is again another major issue. So specifically, these are the 5 parameters that I am highlighting, whether it is NEP, with NEP or without NEP, or whatever version of educational policy you are talking about. Ultimately, what is the need of the hour is there should be good quality education to the younger generation. You have to make them skilled. So whatever 10 plus 2 plus 3, that is 15 years of his learning what he is going to do, that learning should facilitate him to get into some job. So that job should be able to maintain him, give him a livelihood, will be able to provide him with a decent salary. So this is the need of the hour, with NEP or without NEP, or whether it is a government organization or whether it is a private organization. These 5 points has to be there, whether you are delivering with ICT or without ICT. The child who is going to undergo, if it is a post-graduation, means add another 2 more years extra over there. 17 years. If he's going to do PhD, means again add 4 or 5 years extra over there. 21 years of education if he has undergone. And even after MSc and PhD, if he is unable to support himself, 2 square meals if he is unable to get, then what is the role of our education? So that education should be skilled, so that it is going to provide some sort of livelihood to the student. So this is what I was talking about, the Karnataka LMS. And ICT in education has its own advantages. And I should also say that it has also got its own disadvantages also. So let me talk about the positive impact of ICT is specifically, as I said, I'm not going to talk about NEP or any other. I'm only going to restrict myself to the use of technology. It can be any version of education policy. Now currently, the NEP is being advocated. So NEP aims to increase the focus on strengthening teacher training. So especially where the subjects, where a lot of research and day-to-day basis, we are going to get new technology and new aspects are going to develop. For example, in the field of computer science only, if you are going to take, there will be a rational development that is going to happen in the area. For example, similar to in biotechnology, similarly in the field of molecular biology or in genetics. So specifically, even in commerce, we are going to see that the Tally and other softwares are being used, and complete, say, bookkeeping and other whatever day-to-day activities that they have to do in a company, everything is digitalized. So it has to specifically, accordingly, if a teacher has to deliver what is practiced globally, what is practiced at the industry level or at the corporate level, the teacher also should be aware of the technology, and then only they will be able to deliver. So when I did my MSc and PhD, that technology might not be there. But after several years, that a new technology has come, means I should be able to adapt to it. We can't simply argue that during my learning period, I had only the black dialing BSNL phone. And today we have modified to the latest smartphone. Every 6 months, we don't mind changing our phone to the latest model, right? So thereby, similarly in academics also, something might not be there when a teacher was a student and when he was taking a degree, but that doesn't mean that the learning has to stop at that level. If a teacher has got a skill and if he is trying positively in the latest technology, then only it can be transferred to the students. And accordingly, the curriculum also has to be upgraded from the oldest principles to the latest technology that is practiced. The syllabus also has to undergo upgradation from time to time. So coming to the other intentions of NEP is increasing public investment in education, and then setting up a National Education Commission, and increasing focus on vocational and adult education. So what is why I have taken all this point here is strengthening the use of technology. So in order to highlight the last point, I have to talk about the first 5 points, though it is not my domain. The use of technology. The use of technology has to be implemented at a war foot level, whether it is a government college or whether it is a private college or aided or an unaided college, whatever category that is having the institution is going to fall into, the technology has to be incorporated in teaching and also in learning. So information technology has significantly transformed education in recent decades. We are seeing the library automation software from more than a decade, 2 decades, people are using. And for publication purpose, we will be able to send our paper via to any journal within seconds, we will be able to send our manuscript. So technology already we are utilizing. And only thing is we have to utilize the technology in a systematic way. In all disciplines also, irrespective of whether they are in an urban college or whether they are there in a rural higher educational institution, whatever may be. So it should be able to reach each and everyone. So what we will be able to say with the use of IT or ICT is it revolutionizes the students' learning, teaching techniques, and how educational institutions are going to operate. For example, who are the stakeholders of education? A institution, the administrators will be able to see that how the students are utilizing technology and how many hours they have seen the video, and how many notes, say the PDF files that are loaded in the LMS have they opened, how many hours have they studied, have they, if the first chapter is not read by the student, means the second chapter should not open. If the second chapter is not completed and the assignments are not completed, means the third chapter should not open. So thereby, we will be able to continuously monitor what is the way in which the students are specifically utilizing the facility. And also it will be a transparent one, even parents, because as a teacher, we are going to have 60 plus or 70 students in a classroom. Managing them individually, giving attention individually will be a burden to the teacher. But at the same time, in today's scenario, parents will be able to log into the LMS with their parental ID and password, and they will be able to look at their son's progress. What son or daughter progress, how much they have utilized the material that is given, have they submitted all the assignments, have they attended the test, what is the test marks, what is the exam performance. So parallelly, they will be able to, in a transparent way, even the parents will be able to monitor. And whether if you are going to have a LMS, if your child has not attended 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock class, means 8:10 itself, the message is going to go to the parent's phone that your child has not attended this particular hour. So this is how technology at different levels we will be able to integrate. Information communication technology we will be able to use for teaching, learning, collaboration, and also communicate. So some of the, what is the advantage of having technology in education? Why we have to have all this LMS or recording of the videos of a classroom, whatever on the blackboard, that if you are going to log into the MIT website and open lecture facility tutorials they have given over there for the global student community. So you will be able to see that every teacher's lecture they are recording and they are uploading to their website. So that even if a student for some valid reason, if he is absent, he will be able to go through that lecture number of times, and he can rewind it, and again several times he will be able to go through that particular video and he can learn. So what is going to happen over here with all the technology that is being incorporated, it is going to enhance the learning resources. So ICT provides access to vast array of digital learning resources such as e-books, educational websites, interactive simulations, videos, and online courses. So what is the meaning of, what is the first point that I had given there? Quality education. Somewhere a Java teacher is not there. So why the student, why a person who is not at all, say, expertise in Java, has to be, have to handle that particular paper. So somewhere a expert is there in some other college or in some other institution. If a subject expert is there with a high profile of experience, means yes, one other institution students also will be able to go through his lecture and they can be benefited. So what we are trying to say over here is, it is a say wall-less classroom. Today's education system is changing towards a wall-less classroom and a wall-less library. So physically, we don't have to go to the library and whether the book is available, not available, or whether somebody has borrowed it. All these problems we will be able to address if we are introducing ebooks in the library. And also the child will be able to have the best of information across the globe. He will be able to say learn, for example, your YouTube itself on whatever topic we are going. If we have to learn something right from say developing a lab or developing a particular protocol for an experiment, we will be able to refer to so many video resources that are available in YouTube videos. We will be able to see, or some other university online courses we will be able to take, and thereby the learning activity can happen at a quality level. So these resources supplement traditional textbooks and enable students to explore topics with a greater depth at their own pace and in ways specifically that cater to the diverse learning style. Every student is specifically what we are going to call it as a personalized learning speed. Every child is going to have their own learning space will be there. So to that, the incorporation of technology, and if you are going to give the resources in all these formats, it is going to strengthen the learning activity, and also he will be able to hold his interest on that particular subject for a longer period of time. Then in continuation with that, access to information. Access to information technology provides students and educators to access vast amount of information. This era is called as a big data era or information science era. Just like how we are going to have the Stone Age, Metal Age, we are talking. No, so similarly, this age is called as the information age. So at a click of a button, information is available. So thereby what is going to happen, ease of learning and the speed of learning and the knowledge that a student is going to gain, it has to improve, because specifically during our graduation or post-graduation days, literally we have to go to the library, give the borrower's ticket, borrow that particular book. Or sometimes if there is no ethics in the students, means they would have torn the chapter itself. Then where is the question? Even if you are going to get that particular book, if your required chapters are damaged, means what is the use of that particular book? So thereby what is going to happen, by incorporation of technology, you provide the ebooks, no tearing, nothing can be possible over there. So thereby uniform access of information at ease, at a click of a button, or in his smartphone itself, he will be able to download the PDF, and he will be able to, whatever gadget he is having, he will be able to access information through that gadget. And online learning platforms. So learning management system and online platforms are flexible, accessible way for students to access educational material, participate in group discussion, submit assignment, and receive feedback. So these platforms facilitate both synchronous and asynchronous learning, and accommodating different learning styles and schedules. So this is one added advantage. Evaluation will be transparent, and also specifically the quality of the information that he is going to get in a single window LMS system. He is able to get all the material that is required for him to score a good marks. So blended learning. So when I gave the last lecture, one of the teachers, a group of teachers, they said that if all these facilities are given, if recorded videos itself, means what will be the job security for the teachers? Classroom learning always has to be there. So the ICT enabled learning and the classical learning, it has got its own, both of them are having advantages also, and at the same time disadvantages are also there. So thereby what is going to happen, in my opinion, in my experience, a blended learning. You blend the ICT or LMS mediated learning with that of the classroom. So whatever ICT facility learning you are going to provide to the students, it should be a value addition to the students in order to facilitate him to learn the subject and master the subject in a deeper way. So thereby, I also advocated that no two students are the same. So for example, with my more than 2.5 decades of experience, every batch of student is different. So we have to see the pulse of the group of the students, what is the cross section of students who are there in that particular batch. And accordingly, we have to modulate our teaching standards. So we have to look at their facial expression when we are teaching in a classroom and see whether they have understood or not understood. And then accordingly, we have to modulate. So the same thing, instead of whatever we are going to do physically, here we are going to do it in a digital platform, that is the personalized learning. With blended learning and personalized learning, so IT tools can be used to tailor educational content and activities to individual student needs or preferences. If somebody is telling that this whatever notes that you have given, it is little confusing and we are unable to understand, means you can always revise your whatever presentation or notes that we have given as a teacher, and we will be able to do the editing as per that batch requirement, and then we will be able to deliver. So this is what is called as adaptive learning system. So use of algorithms to analyze student performance and provide customized learning experience. We will be able to see that how students are performing in that semester. Say, let us say 6 courses are there. So which course the maximum marks a student has taken, various statistical analysis facilities are available in the LMS software. So we will be able to evaluate the student performance and also the teacher performance. So the next will be the collaborative learning and interactive learning resources. So collaboration among students, educators, regardless of the geographical location. So this is quite possible. So if somebody is there in some part of the world and somebody is there in another part of the world, 2 researchers are working on the same problem, then certainly we will be able to interact with them. With the current technology, interacting in 5 minutes, we will be able to contact and interact with them. And for example, if my research is not progressing further and I don't know what to do with the collected data, means yes, who has already worked in that area in some other very similar research, we will be able to contact him and discuss with him the pros and cons of the work that I have done, and in what way suggestions can be taken over there. So discussion or virtual classroom or video conferencing, discussion forum, collaborative document editing tools enable students to work together on projects, share ideas, and engage in peer learning. So this is a facility young minds are going to give. I'm restricting my discussion only at the student level. Research level, yes. If we are going to do all these things, specifically a better quality research and a better research output, we will be able to bring in. But at the graduation level or post-graduation student level, they will be able to, and every mind is full of energy and idea. So each one will be giving idea over there, and probably some of the ideas might be very valid and very useful ideas the students will be able to provide. So that can be harnessed over here in the group discussion. So interactive learning tools, educational software, simulation, games, and multimedia content make learning more engaging and interactive. So one-sided delivery, that is why I said non-synonymous and synonymous learning. So all these years, what we were doing in the higher education, it is only a one-sided learning. That is, we deliver something to the students, and the students, according to their capacity, they have to learn and they have to progress. But in the current situation, it is a student-centric learning. Education is also completely, it has taken a 360-degree change has happened over here. Earlier, it was teacher-centric teaching, but now it is a student-centric teaching. So we have to see the pulse of the students and their requirement. So thereby, interactive learning has to be done, and accordingly, our notes or quiz or whatever we are going to deliver to the students, it should lead to critical thinking. The student should be able to understand what subject that he is going to learn at a deeper level, and thereby, and also specifically, they should be able to use that knowledge in their course of employment. So specifically provide hands-on learning experience in subjects ranging from science, mathematics to language or social studies. So we can't argue in today's scenario that something is there and something cannot be done with technology in this particular field. Every subject, in every subject, we will be able to use technology. Time aita.
ಹೌದು ಮೇಡಮ್ 5 ಗಂಟೆ.
I'm going to stop here.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
the last point, I'm going to just 1 minute. I'm going to
Okay,
take.
madam, please, madam, please.
I'm going to wrap up my
Okay.
talk with the advantage. So what is the advantage of ICT devices in the educational environment? Have the following benefits: increasing students' motivation, enthusiasm, and confidence. So this is the need of the hour. Every student should be motivated, and we have to make him understand and learn. So by introducing slight modifications and with technology, we will be able to achieve positive association with attainment, and then learning possibilities expanded via collaboration, interaction, and communication in the target language, and potential for specifically differentiation according to individual student need. This I have already covered with personalized education. So it facilitates to get latest information for user by the click of a mouse. So every student is having one or the other digit. So this also, some of the researchers who are planning for PhD, you can, in education field, you can take how many gadgets every student is having, how many hours he is using, what content he is going to use. So all the statistics we will be able to take, and accordingly. But as per the one of the survey that they have done in one of the research paper, these benefits were listed. The same thing I am reproducing over here. So ultimately, what is the take-home message is we have to make the students skillful, knowledgeable. So education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. So these are the words of Nelson Mandela. So with this, I conclude. Thank you. Thank you for your patience hearing.
Thank you, madam. Dear participants, if you have any queries, you please take 2-3 minutes. ಈಗ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಪೋಸ್ ವೋಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಅಮೃತವಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ.
ಸರ್ ನಮಸ್ತೆ.
ಯಾ ಅಂಚಿನ ಮನೆ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಸರ್ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಮೃತವಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಇಂದಿನ ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನದ ಸೆಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ICT ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಮೈಸೂರು